Okay, I'm currently up in a customer's attic at an air handler doing preventative AC maintenance on a year-old system, and I'm going to show you what we have going on. So this is our Goodman or Amana air handler unit. We did not install this. We gave them pricing to install ACIQ. They went with a different contractor who installed this Goodman. Now I walked up on the unit like this, with the exception of this cover panel was on. I did pull it off. You can see there's some staining in here from moisture. Now the filter cover door is missing, not installed. So for the year that this unit's been in here, it's just been sucking in unconditioned, unfiltered attic air. And the trap is useless because they have a vent here. So instead of the trap preventing the unit from sucking the condensate back in, this is just bypassing that trap, and it's going to be sucking air and having problems draining. And that's why you could see our water on the unit, because the unit is just, whenever the fan is running, it's just building up water, getting everywhere, unable to drain until the fan shuts off because of this. Now, fortunately, they did not clean up after themselves, and I just can throw this cap on here and that'll seal it, and this trap will work as it's supposed to. I was searching through all the attic insulation and everything, and over there I did find this cover panel. So they did leave these screws and a bunch of other screws in this pan here, again because they didn't clean up their mess. So we can get this filter cover back on and screw it into place, which I need both hands for. But this is what happens when you go with the lowest bidder. Okay, now I'm just taking a general look at everything. I have my voltmeter. I'll check voltages and amp draw on the ECM motor. But just going over their install, notice they got R, C, G, W, and Y hooked up, but there's also an option for Y2. And both of these thermostat wires have space. So I'm wondering why they didn't wire this up for 2-stage. We'll see what the outdoor unit has, and if it's capable and I can hook it up, then I'd rather give them 2-stage than just one single stage of cooling. They left their little thingy in there. You can see this, which clearly says remove on it, has not been removed. So I'm gonna get that off of there. Let's see. I just don't want to drop it into the control board and cause it short. Got that removed. Cover panel door is on there now. They used the same ductwork, which ended up lining up well, so leave that. But curious why they wouldn't install this to its full potential. Why not give them that 2-stage? We'll see what the outdoor unit has. I would like to give them a little bit better comfort. If they have 2-stage, it'll be more comfortable. They'll get lower and higher fan speeds, but we'll see what happens outside. Okay, here's the condenser. I already have my tool bag over here. Pretty quiet. That weird switch disconnect, I don't like those. Yeah, it looks like actually there's only 1-stage outdoor unit, which is it, R-32 or 454B? R-32. See our coil. Actually, our coil looks. Why does it look so clean? Very clean. Inside, there's some leaves there, so we'll pull the condenser fan off and pull those leaves out. I'm just curious what the electrical component looks like. I did get a new Vito bag, which I like a lot more than my old Vito bag. So it's got this front pouch, and that's where I keep my main tools. But there's also this back pouch, which is secured in with this handle that just slips right out as soon as you bend it over. And that keeps strain off this zipper. And then I got my refrigerant things in here. Temperature probes or psychrometers, temperature clamps, and pressure probes. But where did I put that? Just put down a tip, I thought. But I got another one. Okay. Let's see. And just regular contactor capacitor. What are these? I don't like these things. I don't understand why they seem useless, but whatever. Contactor and capacitor. So let's get my meter on. Would be, let's think capacitor's out of range, but anything's possible. And let's see, I can't see what size this capacitor is because of the way that they installed it. Let's loosen that a touch. 80/5. Let's take off our fan terminal. Fan is brown. And red, purple are common. Yellow is Herm. There we go. Get our meter turned on. Set that for microfarads. Grab our test leads. Let's go from common to Herm. What do we got? 79.4. Common to fan. What do we got? Come on. 5.06. So that's good. Now we'll set this to read resistance. And we'll pull off this contactor connection. Don't let it touch any metal. One side to the other. Make sure we're in the teens. We are in the teens, so put this back on. Take our Herm first, 'cause that's all the way in there. Reconnect that, nice and secure. Common, common, and fan. Okay. Now I'm gonna open up the fan compartment and clear those leaves out of there. Before I do that, notice this wire popped out from right in here. So that wasn't a good connection. Huh. Some crimp connection. Let's see, you think this one's the same way? Yep. Okay, so let me get a Wago on those. That's crazy. Factory crimps. Not holding. We'll get a couple Wagos on that. Okay, so we got our little crimp connectors that weren't crimped properly. Replace them with Wagos. Those will be secure. So far that's 3 things with this install that I've had to address. But that's kind of not the installer's fault, that's the product's fault. They should be on there stronger. Okay, so grab my job link probes out here. open my app on my phone, my work phone. I don't want to lose these screws. Measurements. You guys are probably upside down. And we got refrigerant side, link tools. Change that R-22 refrigerant to R-32, which I don't know that I've ever used on this app before yet. R-32. I am checking this charge because I've never touched the system before. And it was just installed. I'm curious if maybe there was refrigerant that needed to be added that they didn't add, because I see that often. Systems are working much harder because they're undercharged after initial installation. We're gonna see. It's a little cold out to really confirm 100%, but it's also nice to get some experience on R-32 and what the pressures are going to look like on a day like today, on what I would hope is a nice new well-running system. So I did clean out the dirt and leaves from inside, got the cover panel back on, leaving this off to check some amp draw. Capacitor and contactor are okay, so we're gonna power it on. Nice quiet startup. And let's see what happens. We'll let it run for about 15 minutes. See where our pressures end up. I selected R23 because I was reading it upside down. R32. So let this go for a little bit and see where they end up. I'm going to check some amp draws, which, let's see what we got. This is going to our compressor, 10.45, and let's see, this one is going probably to our fan. Let's see, yeah, 1.17. Let's see, what are we rated for? Fan motor 1.3, so we're within range there. Compressor 23.9. So we had that 10. This probably compressor, yeah, 12. So our amp draws look okay. Take our voltage reading while it's running. See what it gives us. 240, almost exactly. We could do each leg to ground. 120 and 120. So I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit longer, and we'll check it where we're at. Okay, well, our pressures aren't really moving from here. We are set up for R-32. We know R-32 came with the system. Almost no subcooling and very high superheat. So it does look like the system is going to be undercharged. Definitely a long run of line set. At least, let's see, what do we got? 20, 30, 40, at least 50 feet, probably more. So I would bet that they didn't add the R-32 that they needed to. Maybe because of the shortage and because of the price of it. But I'm definitely going to note all the deficiencies today in the invoice. Maybe recommend that we come back at a better day to confirm and recharge the system, because it's like 50, 56 or something degrees out, so it's still pretty cool. But I don't think that's going to make any difference. It seems like we're significantly low. Let's see, put on our target. Actual subcooling is below target subcooling, which indicates an undercharge. Confirm you're using the correct data, add refrigerant until actual subcooling. So even JobLink is telling us we got a charge problem here. So I'm going to note that in the invoice, that I'm going to recommend probably gonna I recommend adding R-32, as well as doing that on a warmer day when the charge can be 100% confirmed. So that's that. And final touch, light doctor sticker. Okay, here's everything that I wrote up on the invoice. Pause it if you want to read it. But I went over it all with the customer. A little bit unhappy that I had bad news, but we'll see how that's going to be addressed. I would like the proper charge to be in the system. It did run for about 30 minutes total while I was here. It did only drop the temperature by 1 degree. So kind of okay, but it's also really cool outside, so I would think it would have dropped it a little quicker, but who knows. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching. Like the video if you liked it. Comment any advice or criticisms or feedback. And subscribe. Thanks for watching.